like we'll help pay if they will do it for money, but we've been struggling ourselves to find people, and that's been
We
our
could
issue.
hire a crew. I'm sure the docks have plenty of
I don't.
worthy seafaring lads who could help us man the ship.
Yes, yes,
For a
possibly,
cut of the
possibly, but
profits, of course.
well, no, we will pay them. Eber said he would say he would just do this because he needs passage on a boat. So you can do your needs on the way as long as it doesn't delay too much, and that's my understanding. If that's not wrong,
Which docks would you rather we recruit from? Are these artisan workers that we use in our ship, or would any common sea? Any common
any sailor willing to
man?
go is a sailor good enough, but just make sure you can trust them not to stab you at night and steal the ship. It's a mighty fine ship. It's the finest we own as a guild. It has beautiful blue sails, a Carmetra on the front, and I can't
Do
remember
you
the
have
other.
any recommendations as to where I should look as a
Eh,
crew who you would think would be suitable?
while the DM
There are many
looks.
merchants in this town and many
One
sailors, some of whom are probably not.
wanted a mermaid at the front and Karametra at the back.
That's what it is. It's a mermaid. Thank you. I couldn't remember what the
You're
other one was.
welcome.
Yes, mermaid at the front.
Remain at the
Carmetra
front
back.
and Kama Sutra at the back. Got
Yes,
it.
Carmetra, yes. Bastards. Yep. Maybe try the docks near the trading quarter. That's where some of the more exotic goods come in. They pay the extra fare to come into the noble docks, but park up in the trading quarter in order to not debark. What's the word? Basically, when they're bringing in the really expensive goods, they pay extra to go into the nobles' docks and then hand them off in the trading quarter. But the issue is it's the length of time, and if you trust them, that's good enough for if it's good enough for you and you're doing the trip. I wouldn't question it, but maybe the trading quarter you might find those of more used to carrying expensive goods and items around it. But it's
You're right. Merchant staff, merchant crew who are used to sailing on vessels carrying important cargo are probably
yes.
better than your
So-
common man experienced on a fishing vessel.
and some of those boats move very slow. The boat we have is you can do 10 knots on average a day, and that's on a good day. And if it's bad weather, we've got 5 or 6, and that's saying something. You know yourself, if you're sailing some vessels, some like big or merchant vessels, you could be doing 2 or 3 in a day. So now you do know that, like, I don't know how used you are, but there'll be some brewing going on this ship. We need to finish off the rest of this whiskey, otherwise it'll be spoiled by the time it gets there. And Ibros, you know how to bottle, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so Ibros, I will be leaving Ibros in charge of this. If you're happy to sail and you're confident you can do this, and I have no reason to ting, and the gnome and he notices the fact you have like a little squirrel, like he sees like a little pet animal of some kind, or a little vermin of some kind in your pocket, and he's like, and the gnome, what will you be bringing to this mission, this task, this glorious mission to bring our whiskey to the world?
Me?
Yes, you, sir.
No, me.
Me? Like, like,
I'm bringing me. What else do you need?
well, are you? Do you sail? Have you been a crew on a boat? What?
You should see him with his bow and arrow.
Noticing the crossbow on the lad, he looks puzzled.
What's that?
Don't you have a crossbow? Isn't it a short crossbow?
No, I wanted a crossbow, but I wasn't allowed one because it's
Oh, you want the hand
not a common
crossbow?
item.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not a common item.
Sorry, yes, so you do have a bow. Okay, it doesn't look puzzled. I take that back. There is a really shit crossbow, but it's like just a worse short bow, and it makes no sense. Yes, that's what it was.
No, I will stumble across a handbow at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, we can make that happen. But more importantly, what? So
yeah.
You're bringing you. Are you a cook? Are you a cleaner? Do you know how to mast a sail? Do you know how
Yes.
to bring it down? Yes. Oh, lovely. And how long have you ever been out in sea?
Well, I don't go out to sea very often.
Yes, but of course. A man of your stature is, and your
What's wrong with my
heritage.
stature?
No, but like a man of a gnome, like a gnome wouldn't. Well, it's not that you wouldn't be comfortable at sea, but you're more comfortable on land with the forest and the creatures and the animals and the nature. Like, and yes, there's nature out in the ocean, but you can't be one with it like you probably are in the forest. Am I wrong? If I'm insulting you, I do apologize. I don't come across a lot of gnomes.
I'm bored now.
You just walk
Not
off.
me. Not me, the gnome. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
just
just
walk
gonna
off.
go. I'm gonna go wander.
Okay, right up. He's like, as he sees
Yeah.
the gnome walk off, he turns around to Ebrus and goes, and you trust this man to help you sail across the sea?
I trust him with my life.
Good enough for
really don't,
me.
but
Good
I do.
enough for me. I know this must seem like a bit of a farce to come here and for me to make sure, but I'd like to look a man in the eyes who I'm going to trust with my goals, and there's nothing more fine to me in the world than whiskey and trade. And if we make this happen, oh boy, I tell you, we will be rich for on our imagination, and it'll all because of the fine work you do. Because no one was willing to pay for a transportation spell until, well, they seen the goods. And yes, it takes an extra 6 weeks, 7 weeks to get there. But if we can sell this to the Afrikaans, they'll be buying it by the barrel, and they'll be buying it through transportation spells, and it'll all be because of you.
Speaking of money, you said that you could help financially to recruit a crew.
Yes.
How much are you willing to negotiate with people as to join the crew?
We'll be paying for all the supplies needed, as long as you determine, and looking at the advance, like, as long as you determine and you tell us what we are missing. You are the captain. It'll be your ship. Obviously, it's ours. You don't get to sell it afterwards or do whatever. Like, you give it back. But while Adran he doesn't know Adran's name. While the half elf is captaining, if he says you need an extra 6 barrels of dried meat, we will be bringing 6 barrels. We will buy 6 barrels of dried meat. But when it comes to a crew, 2 months, then 2 months back, and then some time over there. You're obviously going to spend a week or so to recover and to resupply and repair anything. And I will probably give you I'll give you a bag of 50 golds as you leave, as you debark, or as you debark, yeah, as you go on your journey, and for any costs associated when you arrive, to stay in an inn, or to provide food, or to pay any repairs that may be needed. And then we can negotiate this depending on the number of people and depending on the stature. We may be able to do 10 gold a crewmate, possibly slightly more if they're like bringing something that we don't have. So if they're bringing their own like supplies for the boat trip, and we can accommodate the cost of that roughly for the weeks ahead. As long as it's somewhat reasonable, we can see what we can do. We can't promise anything, but around 10 gold per person would be adequate in my mind.
Yes, that sounds good. I just wanted to be sure so that I don't promise more than
Yes,
we're willing
of
to
course,
give
of
away.
course. I should have been more upcoming with that, or more upfront with that. Sorry, we did not expect to be able to find someone so willing to just, especially you're a brewer yourself. Like, I'm surprised you're willing to stop brewing for such a long time, and when it's such an important trip.
I'm not stopping brewing per se. I'm just keeping an eye on your brew rather than brewing my own stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. You're learning rather than doing. And you know what? We need people like you in this industry. Otherwise, every beer tastes stale and every wine tastes grape.
But were the grapes peeled?
You're
The
not.
grapes are
You've walked
always
away.
peeled.
I've gone in that hatch. I've gone to be nosy.
Oh, shite. Right. There is a map for that. You, because no one stopped you, are teleported. You're in a room of barrels that are unlabeled. Why is reveal area not working? Yep, that's where you are. Down the bottom. It's a bar. It's got like there's not the broken barrels don't exist. There's empty barrels in that corner. The ones on the other side all seem to be stacked up. It's like a little cold storage. Excuse me. Sorry. That's where you are.
Okay.
That's what's in there. Just keep strolling. No one's stopping you. No one's doing anything.
Oh look. Look for buried treasure. No. I'll just be
You sure?
nosy. And,
You sure you don't want
and the squirrel.
You don't want to
Yeah.
go look around the room?
Yeah, I'll have a look. I'll be nosy.
Okay, can you
explore the
roll
room.
me just a flat d20?
I can. Give me a second because I don't know where my dice are.
You also haven't turned on your camera.
It's because it's not plugged in.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Your silhouette's there, but that's fine.
Rather than a flat d20, there is investigation.
Yes.
for
Add your
being sneaky,
investigation
or
as well.
snooping around, rather.
Yes, that's a fair point. I forget about that one. Because it's so off that, like, every time I read that, I just think of someone, like, with a...
I don't have
with-
my sheet because it's on the old PC. So you've got a copy of it somewhere, I'm sure.
I should do, but just roll a flat d20, we can add your modifiers anyway.
I rolled 17.
Yeah, okay. Think you're good anyway.
No tripwires there.
Oh god, people can see chat when I scroll through that. Yeah, so yeah, I know what the roll is anyway. You get a plus on to that, so 18 or 17 plus stuff. You find a little book. It's not written in English, but it seems to have a number and then a word and a number and a word, number and a word, number and a word, and then it's like, and the number is like 35, and then there's like a symbol or letter or symbol, and then it's like a word, and then it's like a number, a symbol, a word, and then there's a little bit of a gap, and then underneath is this on every page pretty much, or every second page for some of them. It's like 1, and then a language you don't fully know. 2, a language you don't fully know. 3, a language you don't fully know. 4, a language and like it's like that sort of thing throughout the whole thing. And you find that in the bottom corner, kind of tucked away behind a rock. So like there was a loose rock, and it kind of looked a bit cleaner than the other ones. And you took it out. Yeah, you found this.
Cool.
Do you remember what languages you speak off the top of your head, just in case I have completely? I think it's just whenever gnomes speak.
Common.
Yeah.
Gnomish.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, so it's not a language you speak.
Squirrel.
That's called small woodland creatures or something. I think that one's
Yeah.
called.
But somebody tells me the squirrels didn't write this book.
No, it's not like it's an unfamiliar language. You're just not sure what it could be. It could be like Elvish, Draconian, Dwarvish, something along those lines. If it's not Gnomish, you've seen a couple, like you've seen gnomes around the area, but not in the brewery. In the brewery, it's mostly been dwarves. There's a couple of humans, there's a couple of elves, so it could be. It feasibly could be one of those languages, but you're not too sure, and you're not too worried either. Because normally what you do with shit like this is you find someone who can read it and you sell it to them for a shit ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
Just writing down what you found.
And if there's nothing else, I guess I'll head back out.
No, that's it. It's just a storeroom. Yeah, it's just a storeroom. Then you're back out. So as your conversation continues, there's a bit of a I can't think. There's a super colloquial word or a term for like just shooting the shit. With your man, he's like, oh, so I'm sorry, I'm just chewing the ear off you. I presume you'd like to go see the boat, yes?
Yes, that would be nice. To see in what
one
state
moment,
it is.
one moment. I'll give you the ticket. I might get down there this afternoon, but I'm not too sure. Just I'll give you the ticket. You go see what's up with the boat. We've already paid them a substantial amount up front. If there's anything extra, they know that we won't be carrying it on us when we go to receive the boat. But they will they will be leaving it locked until we pay the rest, and I will come and sort that out at some point. If there is anything extra left to pay. One moment, and he goes back and he hands you it's a leather bound. So it's like a leather string on a small scroll, and he opens it up and he goes, look, this is it. This is the doc number. This is the docket of like what repairs we've done, what they are done, what they're planning to do. There's an extra sail going to be added. There is an extra few planks of wood for repairing, blah blah blah. Like all the list of all the work that they wanted done and checked over is there, and he scrolls it up and hands it over to you, and he says, he looks at Adran and he goes, now, I know you will be captaining this boat and I very much appreciate that, but I will be giving this to the dwarf as he is the man I will be dealing with for most of these encounters. It's not that I don't I don't respect you or trust that you will be able to do this job to the highest degree, but the dwarf is who I would consider the person in charge of the operation in overall.
Should I add the item to my inventory, or should we just know that I have it?
No,
And if I should add it, what should I name it?
It's just the receipt. Like, it's the docket to stay. It's like, you know when you go to like a...
Yeah, I know. I just
ticket
wanted to...
Just note that, it's not going to be useful. It's literally just going to be like, you know, like when you go to some
Well, it's not
places,
going to be useful, but I also have 5 love letters. Like, come on.
2 of which you know, and if you didn't write them
2
down...
of which I know.
That's not my problem.
I will read them at some point.
Yeah.
I should have given them to one of these prostitutes last night.
Read this to me while I bap in the corner.
Oh boy.
Dear such and such. No, fuck off. Yeah, so I presume you're going to take the 40-minute climb. By the way, the gnome is kind of disappeared. He doesn't seem to be around.
He will arrive in due time, I guess.
Yeah. Well, for those who are seeing that he looks like he's in the kitchen, yes, he's in the kitchen.
Yep, I'm just gonna have a look around.
I'm gonna keep your discovery and like your investigation from before. There is an extremely hot oven. That's kind of what you're staring at now. There's a pot behind you that seems to be brewing something that smells rotten. There's what, I don't know what they're called, but you know the pipe bag things for like stoking fires?
Bellows,
that's the one. There's a bellow kind of attached to some crank that, if you look at the picture, it's clearly the wheel outside. It's the water wheel to like keep that fire extremely hot. So that room is uncomfortably warm. There's a couple of like instruments that don't look of any noteworthy or anything like that. There's a door here and another window, so you could just walk out the door and just walk behind everyone and leave if you want. And then you're like in the common cook food area. It's like a little mini bar they use for testing stuff, probably. The gnome.
Oh, there's another door. I'm gonna sneak around here.
There's the stairs.
Do we see any of this, or is
if you're going to look for him, then yes, this door is open.
I want to try and pay attention to it. Yes.
You know, roll perception.
Yep.
The gnome is not hiding or anything. He's just
I know,
no one's
but it could be that it didn't see it.
Being that I'm a gnome, I can walk past the bar and no one will see me anyway.
Because you're pretty small, but it's also run by dwarfs most of this, so it's also the bar is very small.
16.
Yeah, so you can see when the gnome went behind the room, you kind of think there's someone in the kitchen, and you can kind of notice that there's a head, and when you think about it logically, there was a window because the windows were there, and there's a strong chance that may have been the gnome.
Sigh, fuck's sake.
When you say that, Kissin is like, oh, whoa, sorry, did I upset you with giving you this?
I'm sorry, Kissin. It was just a rough night last night.
Rough. Oh, should I got some
not like that,
lady?
but yeah.
He's like, okay. So I will come down. I will meet you in the is the over the bar, or over the road. Sorry. Is over the road a good place to meet? I can be there this evening if that works for you, and we can have a few drinks. We can discuss any fixes. Sorry.
I
Elf,
have yet to
what's
be in
your
over
name?
the road.
Elf. What is your name?
Mr. Elf to you.
Oh,
Um,
yar. You just call me Adra.
Adran, of course. Thank you. I am Kissin Brickak. Pleased to meet you. I will. If you have any concerns or things of note you would like to discuss, please let me know at this afternoon. If there's anything left over, I'll have it paid. And yes, I'll meet you there. That's one of our main suppliers of ale and wine, and we have a good rate there. And when you arrive, mention my name and mention you're working for me, and they will treat you, let's just say, better than they should. You'll be given a seat at the best table, the best food, and rooms are on us. If you wish to spend the night.
Oh, thank you very much.
Of course. There's more. I can't use words, but like, if there's anything else I can do for you, please let me know. Anyone willing to make this trip for us as a friend of ours?
We need a VAT receipt from the tavern.
Oh, well, then we have a tab running. But if you tell them you're working for us, they will just add it to our tab. Just keep the receipt from the work done and show them that, and they will believe that you're working for us. We have a very good relationship.
You're saying
with them.
free drinks? Well, we're done here. Thank you very much. And I rudely just turn around and start walking.
Go. You start leaving. Dwarf, what's your plan up in their bed? You're in a bedroom.
do you mean gnome?
No, I'm sorry. Yes, no. You're in a bedroom.
I'm in a bedroom. Okay, what is a bedroom? Oh, is there a map?
There is a map because I found this map and I really like this map, and because this brewery mightn't exist in the next world, I really wanted to use it because I think this map is awesome.
I'm gonna just. I guess I will.
Oh, sorry. Let me put you on this side of the wall. The door is locked.
I'll pick it. I'll check the desk out here first.
Fuck, there's a desk. There's some letters that look to be written in possibly Dwarvish when you consider the guy running the place is dwarf. It's also a very similar language to the one written in the book that you have when you compare the two of them, the one you've stolen from the other place. Some pens, like there's no money lying around the place, but like it's clearly like a writing desk like a bookshelf more than a writing desk. And then like the chair sitting there seems to be like his contemplation chair. And there is a barrel of possibly wine, beer, or spirits, unless you go to taste it. That sitting beside the chair with a dirty cup underneath. So it's clearly his contemplation room or something along those lines.
Constipation room.
Contemplation room.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess I'll attempt to open the door.
Sleight of hand, please. I know that's +6 because I remember that from last week. So D20 +6.
You're not going to believe. I rolled a 17 again, but you won't believe me.
Well, I can't believe you because I can't see anything. But
You can't
Just say
believe me.
16. Don't worry.
don't worry, I'm good because that's a 20. What's that mean? So 17 + 6 is 23. Yeah. So you try as you might, but like you just the lock is really large. Like it's really like it's a thick door, and like your picks just can't seem to like. So the way most or lock picking works in real life is you turn the thing as far as you can, the cylinder, and then you try and push up the pins as needed. But you just can't seem to like the pin. You can move some pin, but then like you can't like hold the next one open, and it's just for some reason you just cannot figure out for the life of you why this is like such a. It's like you just have the wrong tool, and it's a bit weird for you. Like you've never found a door that's like. Because you have like 7 different tools, like a thieves' tool is like different types of like rakes and different types of picks and different types of like instruments for turning it, and you just for some reason you just can't figure out this lock. And if you want to spend 10 more minutes trying to unlock it, we can go through that. But